I'm so glad you're okay. It's like you're my closest friend, and I'm so glad. I don't want to see you hurt. Well, I'm off to go home and suck a cock.
Damn.
Okay,
Yeah,
so how are we going to do this, man? I have the
Start,
we
but
just going like cold, going in just like that because I have no idea how to structure this whole thing.
Going and try.
Starting our MERDEKA podcast with the quote, "I have to go home and suck a cock" is the perfect way to start.
we start.
Oh my god. Oh,
Not a good start.
Not a good start.
It's the best start.
it's the best start. But Annan, you a bit muffled for a while.
Yeah, I'm using my earphone for now because I'm at home, so not with my usual setup.
Oh.
Rip Apple X Cloud. That's fine then. So welcome to dia.log, the Gamer Matters podcast.
Ooh.
Oh my god, the cold
We should-
opens it's getting colder every day.
Tak apa, maybe then finally the temperature can go down.
Yeah, pretty much.
Temperature.
I had a dream the other day that it was snowing in KL, and I was just like, I was so sad that when I woke up and it wasn't true.
I mean, it's fine. At least for now, winter is not coming. But hey, you know what's coming? Merdeka
Ooh.
Day. Independence.
I was gonna say neither of us because we're all single.
That as well, but we'll reserve that point for another episode. But for this one, it's totally we are ditching our regular schedule for a very Merdeka edition of dia.log, the Gamer Matters podcast. I'm so excited. I screwed that up. So, in honor of the 61st celebration of the independence of Malaysia, the country we all love. We love
Malaysia.
We love so much. We changed the government this year, finally.
After 60 years.
I can finally have more patriotic spirit than the years before.
Patriotic spirit go up.
Like up.
Everybody's
Patriotism 10 points up.
Nice.
and everybody.
Listen, man. For the first time in 15 years, we can turn on the TV and watch a MERDEKA parade with Dr. M.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my god. And because everybody is all in their patriotic moods. At first, who are this everybody? Let's introduce the panel. And it should be the familiar faces. We have Wan Amirul, Wam, say hello.
Hello.
And we have Daniel, say hello.
Hello.
And we have Annan, say hello.
Konnichiwa.
And
Konbanwa. Depending on your time.
we just talk about patriotism and now you're bringing in colonialism ideas.
No, man, he is Pandang Timur. He is actually more advanced than all of us.
Okay, he's taking from that perspective. That should be fine because, why are you speaking that colonial language? And I am Amirul Meck, and we have the MERDEKA edition of dia.log, the Game Matters podcast. And what are we going to do today? We are still going to talk about video games somehow, but it's all themed around Malaysia.
Yep.
Surprise.
Yeah, and apparently we're going to do an hour of talk about this. I don't know, but hey, Malaysia did appear in some video games in some shape or form. So let's talk about it.
Before we get into like Malaysia actually appearing in games, like before we go into the shitpost again, let's first acknowledge that Malaysian teams worked on a lot of video games, even if they weren't all as celebrated as FF15. Like FF15 had like Roti Canai and all that. Tapi like we have the lovely Streamline Studios and Passion Republic making great games and appearing in the credits. Hello guys. Stan us, please.
Add one more, Lemon Sky.
Oh yeah, Lemon Sky.
Lemon Sky.
Fun fact, I've interviewed for all 3 of those places and got rejected.
Oh my
Like,
god.
Game design dream shattered.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
when you can't get into the game dev, you get into the games media and then get back into the game dev. That's how the industry works.
woo.
But yeah, and some of them we will be talking about soon. And yeah, plenty of good indies. Yeah, there's plenty of other indies that we not taken account of. Do you guys can mention any studio names? The
The
small
dude
small
that made
ones.
the dudes that made war pods, like apparently that's a really big thing.
Oh shoot, yeah. What's the name again? Hold on.
See, my
Warpos
problem is I know one of the guys on the team, so I cannot remember the studio name. 'Cause I'm just like, oh yeah,
Weird
it's this
Works.
one.
Weird
Weird
Works
Works,
Studio. Spelled with the weirdly WEYRD. Weird Works Studio.
Hmm.
That's a Malaysian game. Go check it out on Google Play, iTunes, and I think it's on Steam. No, not yet. Google Play and
I don't
iTunes.
think it's on Steam. Tapi yeah, it's on mobile.
Monster Labs. Sarah is missing.
Oh yeah,
Come-
Sarah's Missing was also Malaysian.
Oh yeah, and Simulacra.
Ah, yes.
They went there.
Yes.
Kaigan. Yeah. Legend. Magnus Games.
Hmm.
The what's it called? It's a cross of not Monster Hunter. It was what are you going to call it? It's a cross JRPG with farming. It's Harvest Moon meets Pokemon.
Oh,
Legend.
that's interesting.
Magnus Games, and they've already got a publisher, 505 Games, Italian up and coming publisher. So yeah, they're doing good stuff.
Mm.
We salute you, Malaysian game developers. Just because you're not making a game about a tudung lady making nasi lemak doesn't mean you're not Malaysian. There was not a hint of sarcasm in that. Hello? Did I get cut off?
No, we just awkwardly paused.
No.
Okay, so yeah, let's get into the meat of the course, shall we? Because I have no idea how to going to discuss a whole thing. But we do have a list. We've somehow conjured and doing our best research, quote unquote research, to create the most accurate of all, possibly the master list of all the Malaysian references in video games.
So far.
So far, 50% correct. Maybe we missed some.
Tengok Doom Eternal is in KL.
Perfect. But
I
yeah,
mean the streets are full of Satan, so maybe.
oh my god. If
Full
you
of
see a,
Barbie.
if there's a Maram Kaku demon of some sort, it's already canon from there.
I like that we have thumbnail material already.
It's starting right now. And
Okay, so let's start with the most popular one because you wrote an article about this and it got very, very popular. Hitman 2. Apparently, Agent 47 is actually 47.
Hitman 2. I need to clarify. It's Hitman 2 Silent Assassin 2000 and hold on, 2001 or 2002? I forgot already.
Is it like an F1? Is there a new Silent Assassin every year for some reason?
Now, apparently this year's game is also called Hitman 2. 2001.
Ironically.
So it's Hitman 2 Silent Assassin 2001. So yeah,
Good naming.
apparently because as you know the whole the whole gimmick of the Hitman series is until Blood Money stops it is that 47 goes around the world killing people. And so in Hitman 2 Silent Assassin, there's one you can say one chunk of levels, 3 levels exactly, where 47 was sent to go to KL to find a certain Charlie Sitgen. That's the guy's name. He's supposed to be a programmer or a hacker or something. And apparently he was situated inside KLCC. And at the time, the way they portrayed KLCC was, for that time, very accurate, to the point that they even used the same style of
Fonts.
the greeting sign, the head, the big company name, right? Instead of Kuala
Yeah.
Lumpur City Centre, they changed it to like Financial Centre Kuala Lumpur, FCK. Like fuck.
To be fair, I feel like that should be the sign now.
From my good friends that are working around that side, they've already changed the whole signage, so it's not there. So read in pieces FCK. But at the time it was accurate. Not the FCK, but the way they portrayed the signage, and the whole lobby looks like a KLCC lobby. It looks pretty well. Even the characters in there, the attendees here, they spoke broken English. Like, no, cannot. Like, oh, you no access here.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember you get yelled at by one of the staff or something like that.
Even the park guards. Oh, the park guards is another thing. But let's go with the dialogue first lah. Some of the lines are pretty stupid lah. Hey, apa buat tu? Why you doing that? It's a very archaic style of language, which is,
Hey, botak.
hey, botak. Hey, bold man. So it's part authentic and it's part crappy voice acting because we didn't have good voice actors at the time. So the mix of the cringe and the authenticity makes it very memorable, especially for Malaysians lah. I don't think this thing can come across to other people in the world, but it's very weird to see. And one more thing. There's an opportunity to get into the place where Charlie Sitgen is hidden, and this is just the first level. And one of the ways you can go is to disguise yourself as a pizza boy. So pizza delivery man. So
Right.
if you got the disguise, somehow you kill that person or something like that. Things can happen in Hitman. You don't know. And if 47 goes to the counter to grab the pickup for the order from Charlie, and the other guy over there, apparently he's a mama, because the order was like teh tarik, mi goreng, go. And it's a pizza. Not mi goreng, it's a pizza. But he said that the order is inside there is probably a mi goreng or something. I don't know if there's someone has made a mi goreng pizza, because that's a bloody terrible idea.
Job. Let's go. Yummy pizza.
But I remember, dude, after like the article was published, at the time I went to KL Central, and there was, you guys know the Pezzo something. It's
Yeah,
like a
Pezzo.
pizza vendor at the side, right? At that time they did a promo for roti canai pizza.
Oh, what
So
did you mean
basically-
that?
So basically it's roti canai with pizza toppings, which is okay. That's acceptable. But it's not mi goreng though. Not mi goreng. Okay, so another thing about the park guards. The park guards, the way they dress is from basically before independence style of fashion, because they are wearing shorts, they have purple berets, they all have white gloves for some reason. It looks very, very classic. Maybe a bit too classic. It doesn't fit the timeline. So
The 90s look.
probably the way people look at the park guards in the 90s. But still, okay, so the mission continues, because apparently plot twist, oh, that is not the real Charlie Sitgen. He has a twin, and then you have to go across
Wait, is the real Charlie Sitgen in Singapore? Because that would be amazing.
apparently no. But apparently
Wow.
he is still in the same building, but not they do not know exactly where, but he's still in the same building. So basically 47 goes into the office buildings, the offices, during the night shift when everybody is supposedly gone home, but there are a few like overworkers going the graveyard shift, right? So afterwards, you discover that the real Charlie's agent is on the other tower in a penthouse. There's a penthouse in KLCC. Apparently, because as we all know, KLCC is basically just a commercial for officers. It's a commercial building for officers and stuff like that. Somehow, he has a penthouse. And when you have to go across the sky bridge, you do not go inside the sky bridge. You go on top of the sky bridge. Which apparently... No,
Of course.
As in, on the roof of the sky bridge.
Yeah, I know. You gotta do that, man. It's like the Mission Impossible thing. Like, why ever go inside when you can get the cool shot of you outside?
And AC vent and AC vents are literally scattered just to make the levels cooler. But it doesn't make sense because the sky bridge is actually really small. You don't fit tons of AC in there, and somehow there are 2 guards stationed on top of that. In the bloody storm. It was storming outside.
Maybe disposable new guards.
It is totally...
So, bila they don't want to pay you severance, so instead of firing you, they send you to work up there.
My poor guys lah. And then of course afterwards you go into the penthouse and Charlie is lounging very comfortably in the jacuzzi. The level is called the jacuzzi job. And he has basically gundigs. He has Charlie's Angels. 3 ladies in bikinis and equipped with weapons if you unfortunately raise the alarms.
Listen, man, there is nothing sexier than getting into a hot tub with 3 ladies who all have loaded firearms.
Wait, isn't there was a glitch like you can shoot down the bottom of the jacuzzi or something? Or was it a speed run? I think it's a speed run strike that you can just shoot down the bottom of the jacuzzi.
That should make sense. Oh yeah, the ladies also speak bahasa. You can overhear them speaking about mana bus stop or something like that lah. I don't know why they speak about buses. I'm not sure, but I think some of the points are there. And when you got discovered, penceroboh di sector ni. Oh my god. At
I
least
think they just took random bystanders anywhere in Malaysia and just record some audios.
I think so because again, I like to mention that the voice acting was terrible, man. Even at that standard. Oi, apa buat tu? Oi, gila.
Or maybe they just pick up some Malaysian students from a nearby university just to record it.
Just 50 minutes live reading. Okay, just read. Okay, cool, fine. No need second take.
Listen, man, do you know how hard it is to organize Malaysians to do anything? Like, they probably tried to have a proper recording session, tapi they were all late lah. One guy called and said, can he get someone else to do? And finally, they're just like, okay, never mind, tak apa. This game's already 2 years overdue.
With food. For Malaysia, just pay them with food. They will come.
Free food.
You know what? Since this was in Hitman 2, right? And we're getting a new Hitman 2. You know what we need in this new Hitman 2? We need another Malaysia level. Tapi this time, you can, one of the things you can do, because the maps are bigger, I assume, is you can get into the old newspaper truck and then like use that to get through cover. And then like when the security guard comes in, you can just yell and say, "Tapao pochi!"
I'm imagining him just yelling that. Oh, it'll be so good.
47 can suddenly become disguise himself as a band member and pull off 6 solo drumming sessions for some reason in Thailand. So this is probably in the realm of possibility. It's totally possible for 47.
Just yell.
Oh, no. You disguise yourself as a guy working at the mama shop, right? And you can put a bomb in a shisha. So when they put the coal at the top of the shisha, it lights the fuse.
I was thinking with like poison the teh tarik or something like that.
Poison it.
You
To
know,
be fair though, Mama's store teh tarik is already poisoned, so
Might as well.
and this is why we say this is a very Malaysian tinge podcast episode because this is a lot of us taking the shit out of ourselves. Uh, okay.
I just want Agent 47 like working all these different like Malaysian jobs, like the burger Ramli guy.
blend into the crowd. Oh, it's cookie burger. The best thing is everything you say is possible. They can make it. It's just a question of
Yes.
if they want it or
Cowards.
not.
Cowards.
Make another
Wait.
Hitman 2 level. And then,
So, when you say Burnout Dominator spiritual powers, what do you mean like a spiritual successor or what?
Oh, it's a level. A very good level.
the track itself is called Spiritual Towers.
Okay, I gotta look this up. Keep talking.
So,
It's basically. You're going.
no. Go ahead, Dana. Because I have a story afterwards.
Okay.
You set
So
it up.
basically, alright. So basically, this track is a mix of Bukit Bintang, Pataling Street, and the what's the Selangor thing called? Right? I forgot the name.
No, Apang Street, no.
No. It's like
Which
the
one?
big arches. I forgot the name.
Not Sultan Samad. No, the gateway, right? The
The
very
Selangor
recognizable
gateway.
If you go into if you arrive from Plus Highway, you are going in and out of Selangor, you will see it.
Is it
Yeah.
Burnham Jaya?
Yeah,
Burnham
Yeah.
Jaya.
Yeah, that one.
I think so.
Okay, yeah. I know.
Holy
Oh,
shit, is
Burnham
this
Jaya
on
flyover.
PC? Can we race this together?
The servers died like years ago.
Can we like what's the name of that like ad hoc server thing that people used for Minecraft?
That also died last year.
God damn it. So this is a really nice map. Like I'm looking at it now.
It seriously looks nice because I remember the first time booting up the game. I got, hey, okay, this is cool track. Oh, this is in Asia, right? Okay, so probably another Shanghai China. That's probably normal. And then suddenly I kept seeing the signs. How come the color schemes look very familiar? The blue and the green. Is that a word in Bahasa? And it
Can I just say,
and-
I'm watching gameplay now. This guy just rear-ended a bus. Like this is so realistic.
No, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. And then suddenly, and then I keep on drifting, racing along, and then I noticed around there's a cobblestone section. Wait a second, this building looks familiar. And then a few moments later, there's also a few archways, and then I see it. It's literally a Jalur Gemilang banner. You know the one, the vertical,
Yeah.
the vertical aligned one, kan? The vertical flag, kan? There are various Jalur Gemilang's being hang around those archway because apparently this is a level in Kuala Lumpur during Merdeka celebration.
Yeah, man. Maybe we're in the crowd too, recording this podcast. Well,
It's very interesting because even during when I played when I played the game, and sometimes my family keeps on crossing over and look around, they also notice the track being pretty similar. Itu bukan KL Central ke? It's like KL Central over there.
man, I'm looking at it right now. Just like holy shit.
You know,
And
it does the city justice. And also
Mhm.
there's a section in the track where the lanes go like 8 or 6 wide. It's like a really wide highway, which is very annoying because cars can just plop in anywhere in randomly, so it's really hard to navigate
Oh
around.
yeah, realistic.
Very realistic. Just like road towns in KL. You don't know where cars can come up, boom, and punt you from the side or something.
The
Yeah.
only explanation I can have for the roads being this empty is that KL has those like biking Sundays where they close all the roads.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that's what's happening right now. Because I've
Makes
never
sense.
seen KL roads this empty.
And it's all thanks to EA Singapore, which now just hosts Battlefield servers.
Thanks, EA.
Yeah. I think it was like a few years, 10 years ago lah. EA Singapore was a thing. They made these type of games. So sekarang tak ada lah.
This is really this.
Sorry?
See, I like this map because they like it's not just like, oh, we made KLCC. No, they took the best parts of KL and stuck them together.
The map design.
And of course, they took like creative liberties, of course, because somehow they need to put a tuk tuk in somewhere, and tuk 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 the three
Oh,
the small car usually you find where?
Bangkok.
Bangkok.
I think I once saw like this two guys, Mat Saleh brought it to KL.
So apparently there's a very large Chinatown section that you have to go through. So that's where the tuk-tuks drive. It's basically Petaling Street times 3. It's very expanded. It looks like you can call it Chinatown. You can even call it just like Shanghai, China. It's totally possible. Because
I'm just gonna call it Petaling Street.
They can get away because Petaling Street exists, but still they need to put the China quota. Because the other track in Asia is in Japan.
Complaining about a counterfeit Petaling Street is kind of hypocritical, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
The counterfeit city. Counterfeits.
Petaling Street, the land where you copyright never matters.
That's where I published my Dead Cells review in Petaling Street. That's fine.
Oh my god, you can find reviews out there. Probably some sites go there for sources. Not naming any. Let's not go there.
To rally stage Malaysia.
Oh,
So,
this one.
next.
This one is actually. So this one is also a track as well, a bunch of tracks, which actually in a way coincide with the other topic that we have on our docket here. But we're gonna talk about Dead Rally 2 first. Dead Rally 2 pula. Dead 2.
Wait. That really too. Not
Really too.
Hold on.
Wait,
Tak lagi, tak
Date
lagi.
Rally? Date Rally, you pick your best girl to be your like navigator.
Oh, I would play that career mode.
But that's the most Daniel game ever. It's dating sim / racing sim.
That's the thing, right? I bought that one. I bought a copy of that type of game for like 40 ringgit. Pretty
Oh,
good.
it's like Cancol, where the girls are the cars.
Yeah. But it's pretty tapi it's not bad. Okay, moving back to the topic. So the stations are like, it's very generic actually kalau ingatkan balik. Because it's just tanah merah, or red gravel, palm trees, and a bit of like rumah kayu, the wooden houses, the wooden villages houses,
I think they just went to a Sam Darby plantation somewhere and just make a track out of it.
Exactly.
Annan, that's actually a good point. So can we just speak about the V Rally 4 stage as well? Because basically it's just the same.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because here's the funny thing. In the real life WRC stage we have here in Malaysia, it is set in a Sam Darby estate in Johor.
I told you so.
It's called Rally of Johor. So basically just set like one of the estates at Batu Pahat, which is why you see tanah merah and the wooden houses and the palm trees. Because good God, that place can, if you want to go to a wedding there or have fun.
Oh no.
Oh no, did
Oh,
Daniel
no.
just die?
Oh no.
I think the PDRM cut him off.
He was too excited about going to his kampong.
Oh,
and,
no.
Okay, you back.
F1
You just back. And you lost again.
And he's gone again.
He's gone. No.
Rest in pepperonis.
So while we get Well, we get Daniel back on track. You know what? About the Dirt 2 having Malaysia in the stages, there's also a matter of fact that Codemasters used to have a big presence here in Malaysia. I'm not sure if they are
Yeah. But I'm
still
not
here,
sure about now.
but not. I'm not sure if their presence is as big as back then, because back then when
Yeah, not anymore.
Colin McRae really Dirt and Dirt 2 was out, all of the media keeps on talking about, hey, we made this Malaysia. Some of the developers here, it's made in Malaysia. I remember buying a copy of Game Axis when the year Dirt was announced, and you say Colin McRae really Dirt made in Malaysia or something like that. It was a big selling point because it's one of the first big studios from the video game industry to actually expand here,
Mhm.
and it's a big deal for that. And we can see it from here because from that point on, Codemasters have been very generous with providing representation of Malaysia. I think we'll go through later in some of the topics.
Mm.
Oh, am I back?
Yes,
Hello?
you're back.
Yes.
Tapi speaking about Codemasters, right now pun Codemasters Malaysia is having a problem because one of their lead directors recently passed away. So
Oh.
basically, Codemasters Malaysia is now in limbo lah, in a way.
I see,
Mm.
I see.
So it's pretty sad. So it's a bit,
Yeah.
But still,
and
props to
also,
Codis for being the pioneers over here.
they're the first studio to open it lah.
Mm-hmm.
And also never tutup Johor. Killed my internet.
Johor remembers that. we have, oh my god, we have made a new rivalry. Oh my
Oh, that's
god.
it. You have to race him in Dirt 2.
And he's bringing out the custom Meck lorry, the Meck lorry
Oh no.
with Johor colors. Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, a few
Yeah.
others. I think we've also let's just mention as well GRID Autosport putting in Sepang. So usually Sepang is only represented because there's an F1 game because it's in
And MotoGP.
and MotoGP because it is and it was for F1 in their calendar. But GRID Autosport actually put it there because as a feature. I remember they hyped up this new circuit and it was just literally Sepang. Oh, we have a new track.
Oh. I think this is the most accurate Sepang since they have the day-night cycle. So
Yeah.
good. So good for them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Even though it is basically the latter F1 games like in 2016 to all is just basically that version and they don't just copy paste you.
I mean, we have to reuse those assets, man.
I think anything that celebrates Sepang is a good thing though, because Sepang is like it's a lovely place, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good spend a day if that's an event.
Mm-hmm. Not as great as Johor. Johor is the best.
Johor is the best. 100%. Kacang pun sedap.
Mhm.
Are you guys waiting for allowance from TNG or something? Shilling for
No.
Johor.
No.
We're trying to save Daniel's internet.
Time extended. Every time we share for Johor, time extended in the podcast. Checkpoint, time extended.
Man, I hope Johor wins the football this year because, as we all know, Johor is the only skilled football team.
Oh,
Fuck
we didn't.
Johor.
Hey, we forgot about one thing we didn't add in the docket. Is that yearly apa? You know
FIFA.
they like to mod PES the PES and FIFA games to put in Liga Malaysia.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Ooh, because those are pretty good mods actually. They've put in some work. Really impressed with their work. So shout out to the modders out there keeping it real. And
Especially for PES.
yeah, it's fine.
Oh yeah, we have some topics about mods later on as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Mhm.
we wait for that. But this is why we need to extend the time. Moving on.
Okay, so I guess more story content. Uncharted 4 had some great Malaysia content. Like I remember lots of people were very excited about it.
Yeah.
They
So
had a character even says Malaysia.
we have a level called that. The
Mhm,
Oh,
Malaysia
God.
Job.
They just slapped the name Malaysia there.
mhm, mhm.
Is it the one yang the does the immigration something like it's very easy to get something here?
Yeah.
It is mentioned in immigration. Shout out to the immigration.
They kind. If I remember correctly, it's
For the
something about how like it's very easy to pay them off or something like that. I remember it
Exactly.
wasn't.
Something.
It wasn't. Yeah, man. Who knew? Like another corruption scandal gets broken by Uncharted of all things.
Oh my god. And cool thing here is I think I haven't actually played Uncharted 4, but I remembered that there's an Easter egg in the game where uh it's about something about there's a phone number for a person called Hasnul, and it's actually a reference to Mr. Hasnul Hadi of MDEC fame, aka the guy that has been proposing the hashtag Epic Gaming movement, the guy that has been championing the game development industry here in Malaysia. So, and he also is one of the key person to help. I think it was Lemon Sky. I think Lemon Sky was also contributing to some of the asset creations for Uncharted 4. So basically, it's a shout out to him inside the game.
Mm.
Wouldn't it be great if it actually just gave his real phone number and everyone starts.
Of course, nice.
Gila.
Of course, he goes into a pre-recorded message about, you have contact this. I saw a few coverage about the whole thing when the game came out. Yeah, that's a cool, pretty good shout out. And of course, again, Malaysian developers have a hand in it,
Mm-hmm.
which explains the whole not in. Okay, so speaking about tropical places, how about the island of Panau in Just Cause 2?
Oh yeah, the island of
That's Just
Panau.
Cause.
Did anyone play Just Cause 2? Hello?
Nope.
The story mode? Nah.
Don't play it for the story. Just look at the map names. Go look at the
Panau.
map names. Because, okay, the whole place is called Panau. And it's basically, the way they frame it is basically an amalgamation of Southeast Asian countries. But there's a lot of Malaysia. Well, we can say Malaysia, but probably the Indonesian and Singaporean may say, claim. But sure. It's around that ballpark.
Tanah Raya?
If I
Palawan?
remember correctly, there's a nuclear reactor named I don't remember that.
Awan Cendawan Power Plant.
Awan Cendawan Power Plant.
Mushroom Cloud Power Plant.
Mushroom
Awan
Cloud. I remember now.
Thanks, Google Translate.
And the fact is, that sounds really rad. Awan Cendawan Power Plant. It's just it rolls off the tongue.
Soup Awan Cendawan.
There's a lot of names like apa Jalan Rambutan or something like that. I forgot.
Selatan Archipelago.
Mhm.
Berawan Besar Mountains.
Perawan besar.
Oh,
Ramai Rakyat Islands.
Yeah.
Ramai.
Lautan Lama Desert.
Ya, Lautan Lama. So what? Lautan Lama, Long Sea, Old Sea,
Old
Sea Desert.
Yeah.
Hantu Island.
Pelaut Archipelago.
Pelaut, yeah. Navy, seamen, sailors.
Panau Tengah Bay, East Tanah Raya, and Senjakala Islands. Which, by the way, I can't believe I missed this. So there's apparently like different gangs.
Yeah.
So there's the Roaches, the Reapers, and the Ular Boys.
Ular Boys!
Oh yeah, the Ular Boys.
Gang Ular.
Snake Tunnels
But
rules!
I need Ular Boys needs to be if we start a clan in an MMO, that has to be our name now.
In the band, Ular Boys.
Oh my. You know what? There's I think I remember Bethesda saying that if the employees of Bethesda, if they played other games and they make their clans, right, they name themselves the Tunnel Snakes because Tunnel Snakes rule. So so basically this is for ours. Ular Boys.
Yeah, you mine
Boys.
WoW is in square brackets ULB.
ULBU. I mean, even the mission givers have a weird accent. I remember one of the mission givers keep on saying Serdadu at the end of their sentences.
So that what?
Serdadu. Basically like Indonesians thing, but it's a I don't know why they end their words with Serdadu. And then of course lah, it's a weird way of I don't know the way the people spoke there is a mix of Indonesian and weirdly Malay and sometimes I don't know Filipino or something. I'm not sure because it's weird. It's really weird.
It's so weird because no one remembers any of this shit from Just Cause 2. They just remember blowing stuff up.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we would have all immediately jumped onto the idea of Ular Boys.
Penampakan Lama, Kampung Tukang Besi. Lots of these names have really hits close to home, man. Sawah River, Sawah Lake, Kampung Bunga Mawar,
Kampung
Okay, that makes
Tulis,
sense.
Kampung Pantai Kelabu. It's Malay names, man.
I want that my new goal is to get a Kelantanese person into a video game. Just full on Kelantanese accent and everything.
Oh my god, the Merida meme but with Kelantan accents.
Oh no.
Just kind of like the next Fallout game ke apa, there's just one character who speaks Kelantanese. And then let's see. Oh, apparently racing really loves Malaysia because most of the items in this list are racing related.
This is why Tun M wants to make another car manufacturer here.
Oh, sebab tu he wants more racing games.
He wants more racing games for more exposure of Malaysia. So
There's a
Daniel,
Satria Neo in the WRC games.
Yeah,
Does
It's
it drive as well as a Satria Neo?
it does actually. Because of there was this one person, with a surname from McCree. He drove the Satria Neo to a world in the WRC race, what's it called, the junior category. So it's quite famous. It was in that one Top Gear punya segment lagi. So
Oh yeah, since Gran Turismo is based on Top Gear, is the Myvi in there at any point?
not yet,
You-
unfortunately. But if
Oh.
you go back into the old games, there's a car called the Daihatsu Move. That's basically the Pro 2 Kendari. Don't say it as a Daihatsu. See it as a Pro 2 Kendari because we don't take other cars. We make our own.
trademark our own cars.
And then keeping the Rempet spirit alive, Proton KR5 in MotoGP 4.
Oh god, that's an old game.
Hey, hold on. The Satria Neo kan? Is it in the game? Does it have the One Malaysia logo on the car?
Yeah, it still has it. I think if you see on my in my screenshot on my Steam, I think you can barely see it, the One Malaysia logo.
Oh my god, that was a relic of the past. Okay, let's move on to the Rempit talk.
I mean, yeah, there's a bike. To be fair, it should have been a Kapchai. I'm just saying, should have been a Kapchai.
You cannot put a capture in a MotoGP game.
Are you
Why
kidding?
not?
You can.
Why not?
Put a
You
Kapchai
can, Andy.
division. Put a Kapchai as a joke cheat car. They can put a tank in Toka Racing Driver. Can they put a Kapchai in the MotoGP?
There's a fucking warthog in Forza, so
That's true.
we can have a
Hmm.
Kapchai. God, I want one of those like GTA clones, but in a KL city, like the Burnout track that we saw. Like have it
my
like that, and then
God.
I just want Kapchais. I want Kapchais. I want Myvies.
Oh, because you can hit them head on.
Like I want there to be like actual tutorial like dialogue where the guy's like, "Hey, I know you're gonna want to steal like a super good sports car, but trust me, it's much better if you just steal a Myvi or a Kapchai.
No,
You'll
you-
be less upset when it gets destroyed."
No, you drive a super cool sports car, and then you keep on seeing Myvis overtaking you and punting around. They are the faster car. The Myvi is legit the faster car on the road. The Myvis, the Alphas, the Bellfires,
Estima.
the Estimas, those those.
It's still important, like, is this a glitch? Why are the smaller cars passing me?
Oh, people kept ranting on the forums. No, that's totally accurate. We are very authentic to the Malaysian experience.
So what's the point of having this sports car? This road is always jammed. Like, yeah, memang lah.
That's
You
the
have
point.
to leave 2 hours earlier if you want to avoid the jam.
That's basically the point.
Good God.
Okay.
So, okay, what I'm learning so far from this list, because I was not very involved with this list, because I don't play that many games, is that racing games and white man goes to like foreign world games love Malaysia. Because literally the next item on this list is Far Cry 3.
But this one is at least a bit subtle. Unlike Just Cause 2, which is just playing around with all the
Ular
references.
Boys! Hashtag Ular Boys.
Ular Boys Rule. Oh my. But yeah, Far Cry 3.
The best Far Cry.
Mhm.
You mean Blood Dragon?
Yep.
So
But
the
yeah,
people there is called the
apparently
Rakyat.
do they actually use the word rakyat?
Yep. Right in the start. The Rakyat doesn't know any fear or whatever. I assume like they were just like aside like some Indonesian punya island, tapi like they keep using the Rakyat for the dialogue macam
Tengok-tengok, it's like Tioman.
But they named the island, right? I think.
I don't remember. I think it is like Indonesian.
Yeah, it's
Like-
supposed to be like around that area. Hold on, but I think the name Rook Island is it?
It's
Yeah, the
like
Rook Islands.
it's that new fictional place where it's not savage, tapi it's detached from society.
Yep, that's basically it.
Yep, it's where the brown people aren't mean because they're savage, it's because they're terrorists. So it's fine. Oh, when do we get games where we get to go to Lahad Datu?
Oh my god, that was a seriously. Oh,
That is something.
no, that's a recent one.
Listen, man, we gotta be current. Like, this is Malaysia Baru. We have to keep up. We have to make new off-color jokes.
No, even the Lahad Dahu incident could be a Far Cry setting. As
Kan?
itself. Because it's a
That-
rebellion of
it's a-
sorts. And it's a
Yeah,
very
it's
contained.
insurgencies from Philippines.
No, that's the thing, kan. The guy that Sultan Sulu tu is a Far Cry villain. Straight up, he's a Far Cry villain.
With followers.
I am a
Shotgun.
king now, and I want to annex this land. And for some reason, the government cannot stop me. All we need to do is send a white person there, and it's a Far Cry game.
Ubisoft
Perfect.
Tamasi, if you are hearing this, that's our pitch.
That's you are welcome to have it. Just put us in as the Ular Boys somewhere.
My god.
Like, just have us be like normal NPCs. Like, while everyone like is like in the village like with guns and stuff, you just find like 4 dudes in like an at the top floor of a kampong house, like recording a podcast. And then their names, like they have the little name tags over them. It just says Ular Boy Meck, Ular Boy Wam, Ular Boy Daniel,
ULB
and then
ULB dot me. Oh,
like, come on, Far Cry 6 done, story done, complete. Jom on. So the next item on this list is not an actual thing a game has done, but is a mod the community has done for this game. There's a great game called Democracy Tree. It is a game of spreadsheets and number management where you have to run your own country. And depending on which country you pick at the start, it changes the like what you have to work with. So like different countries have different levels of demographics and stuff. Like the US has a higher liberal count, and so someone made a Malaysia mod. That's great. I don't know if it's randomized or what, but when I played the Malaysia mod, my biggest problems were high crime and high poverty.
accurate.
And then, even better, someone else made a Hudud mod for Democracy Tree. So I roleplayed Hadi Awang and tried to get the Hudud bill passed.
How hard is it to get the pass?
Oh, dude, this game is fucking brutal, man. It is
Because-
very hard.
Because passing those legislations are pretty. It's taxing.
Dude, like, you let a slider get too far off, you are getting assassinated. I got killed by nuns. I got killed by fucking nuns.
My god.
Because, yeah, every playthrough I do, I always, like, piss off the religious people as much as I can for fun. And then that's what happens. So, yeah, I thought that was really cool that some Malaysian was cool enough to mod that into Democracy Tree. Very fun game. The next one is very important because
Very important.
Very.
if there's one thing that's Malaysians love, you know, in 61 years as a country, if there's one thing we love, it's being better than our neighbors, specifically in
Yes.
Malaysia and Singapore. So nasi lemak is in food fantasy. And hold on, let me just open the description for nasi lemak. Wait, it's not on my phone. Nasi lemak food fantasy. I really should have opened it up. So we discussed this on the last episode as well. I'm not even going to bother describing nasi lemak. But in her info, it says country of origin, Malaysia. So suck on that, Indon.
Suck on this nut. This nasi lemak nut.
Food fantasy is canon. Nasi lemak was started in Malaysia. Also, she's really hard to get. You cannot get her from a normal summon, I think. You have to like farm her pieces, and you can only get the pieces as a random drop during expeditions. So holy shit. She's also yandere apparently. So
Accurate.
yandere lolly nasi lemak.
Yep.
Yep.
Accurate.
I still
Very
cannot
accurate.
fathom that nasi lemak of all things is a lolly. Ah!
Nasi lemak 50%.
Because that is my definition of a nasi lemak is that. And then here you go, a lot. Okay.
Her moves are called Coconut Bomb, where she throws coconuts taken from her hometown at the enemy. Iron Fan Defense, because apparently she has a satay fan, and then Super Iron Fan Defense. So yeah, that's nasi lemak in food fantasy. The most important thing is she saved us from Indonesia and Singapore. And the next thing we have is a bit of future seeing, because obviously Nasi Lemak saw the past and told us that she came from Malaysia. And this next game saw the future. There was a clip from Homefront that apparently says that Tun M is still the PM, and we laughed it off. We thought it was crazy and outdated, and then we realized they were seeing the future. They were in 2018 and we were in 2008.
900
My
IQ.
God, it's very now. At first glance, it should be a very dated reference, but then it became real. Holy God! Who could see it coming? Only Chaos Studios. Rest in peace, Chaos Studios. You at least have one good thing going. You predicted the Malaysian politics.
Maybe Najib is the reason they're shut down. It's like, how dare you declare to an MPM again?
Buys the company.
So
What's the reference
apparent-
again? There's a
It's a newspaper that mentions that he's the Prime Minister.
I think I posted on the election day.
yeah, but I cannot find it anymore. How?
How hard could it be? It should be like Tun.
I cannot just
No, it's
Google.
really hard because
It's a very niche one.
it's very niche, and they actually patched that
Patch that out.
so that
Oh.
Najib Razak is the Prime Minister. So
Why did you patch it out? Repatch the game. Tip
Ah,
Silver, please repatch. Repatch.
repatch?
That reference is
yeah.
not outdated.
And now
Because
it's,
Do you have the screenshot?
wait, no, I found something even better. Like I Googled Malaysia Homefront fan fiction wiki. What?
Oh yeah, that's the first thing I googled. That's the first thing I found.
Oh no.
By
Oh,
April.
okay. It talks about like the world in the Homefront universe. Malaysia is a country located in Southeast Asia and is one of the member states of the Greater Korean Republic. Officially joining it in 2021, it was an ally in 2018, helping Koreans invade and conquer Japan. Guys,
Yes.
yes,
Yeah, they're predicted.
we're gonna fight a Gundam. I don't think we can.
The first casualties.
Oh, okay. I found the. I didn't find the screenshot, but I find the text in question. So yeah, so they basically replaced the Prime Minister of Malaysia from Mahathir to Najib, which they should retroactively change back again.
Holy, this is really detailed. I can't tell if this is like fan written or if this is actually in the game, because
It's actually a game, I think.
because it says like pre-war, after Malaysia allied themselves with Korea, 2/3 of UMNO left the party because of Mahathir's decision. They quickly united with PAS to form Agar Bersatu, Gerakan Gergasi Melayu Bersatu,
Wait,
a
this
new
is too
Malay
real.
party led by Ibrahim Ali. Their main objective was to counter Korean influence towards Malaysia at any cost due to communist ideology that the KR held. I think
There's a
we just
Malaysian
found.
doing that.
My God.
Yeah, I think we've either found Ibrahim Ali's fan fiction or this game has seen the future. I think we were onto something now.
Oh my God. This
Can you link that, please?
Yeah, I'm putting it.
It's too real.
Like this is way more work than should ever be put into Malaysia being put into a game.
Well, it is fan fiction, but still. Whoa.
Is it actually fan fiction? I can't tell if this is like in the game or not.
This is
I
the
guess
fan
this-
fiction. Because
Oh.
I do found the real one, which was the one Daniel pointed out. Let me show you the link. So this is the shorter one, the ones that mentioned Najib. Should be Monday. They patch it out. They patch it in. It's a bit drier, but still like building a Alliance
I was gonna
East
say, like,
Asian.
if we're gonna get sent to war against Japan, like, then we are officially Regiment Ular Boys.
Pushing Ular Boys to the thumbnail right now.
That's what, man. It's a Kako demon riding a bike, riding a cart track with Ular Boys.
Oh my god, this is wrong. But still, that fan fiction, you guys need to have a read. I'll post the link in the description for the podcast later on, so you guys can have a read because it's very hitting. It's hitting too close to home, really close.
Oh, in 2025 we invade California too. Holy
Oh
shit.
yeah,
Yeah, fuck.
suck it, Thunder Snakes.
Country
Ular Boys coming.
Take me home.
Southern California.
Oh yeah, it's California Girls. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, man. The Ular Boys regiment is gonna go really far.
Oh my god. And that's the future.
I
and
feel like there's no point in putting anything anymore. We will never get any better than that. Ibrahim Ali's deluded fantasies of
my god. This is the amount of research we do to provide you guys content. Which is not that much. Okay, so that's the future, and let's move on to the past. Into a certain game called Europa Universalis 4, aka Colonialism Simulator.
I was about to say, anytime you say Malaysia is in a game and it's called Europa, like I get nervous. That can't be good.
It does not, because it's actually a game about the Europeans, and basically the things that happen around the European continent, because the timeline is around the age of colonialism, and the game ends at the point of the Industrial Revolution. So it's basically, if you play the Europeans, of course you can start building at this point of time. You start to form nations. You start to the building of nations, right? Those kind of things start to happen, and of course you can venture forth into the new world and conquer the lands of USA, America, as we have spoken recently. And I don't know. I'm not sure if it was available during the early days, but the game has totally expanded a lot, and it covers the whole map, and that includes Southeast Asia. And at the time, you can play as the Malaccan Sultanate. It's a very small empire. It's still an empire, but it's very small. But you are basically playing in hard mode, because one, you are very lagging in technology, and you have the technology tree of, I think it's one of the least best. It's not the best tech trees to have, because different countries, different cultures have different tech trees, and of course for Malacca, you are following the Chinese tech tree because we have good relations with the Chinese. And of course, the game is basically freeform. You can play as a sandbox. You can do whatever you want. You can conquer the whole world as Malacca if you want to. It's going to be a hard thing, but it's totally possible. But along the way, they give you like objectives, like that if you conquer this amount of land, you can form a different entity, which is related to the history around that area. So basically, you can form Malaya. That's what I'm going to say. So Malacca, you can before being colonized, you can conquer the whole peninsula of Malaysia, and maybe if you're a bit cheeky, get some lands from the lands of the Sumatran Islands. you can form Malaya right there, go from the get go. Problem is,
Sounds good.
yeah, sounds good, but problem is the Europeans will be coming, so you have to prepare. So either you get the Ottomans on your side to help defense, or build relationship with the Chinese. I don't know. You can do anything you want as long as you know what you're doing, because this game is super dense. If you think Democracy 3 is a spreadsheet game, this is a spreadsheet games times 10. Because I don't know what, sometimes when I play this game, I don't know what I'm doing. Suddenly, oh, already declared war. Oh, what's a casus belli? Because apparently, if you want to wage war, you need a reason to wage war.
Whoa. Who? Huh. What is it good for?
And that should be it. There's not a lot to say, because what you're looking in this game is basically just a geography map for the whole time. So if you like to see the blob or the font of Malacca spanning across the peninsula of Malaysia, you can do so if you are good enough.
That's such a cool concept, though. It's like you play as the people about to be colonized, so you have to like prep.
Yeah, especially on hard mode, because there are other empires that you can control. Like, I think one of the recommended scenarios is that you can play as the Ottomans at at the moment where they need to get Constantinople. They've already encircled Constantinople. They just need to take that city, that one province. So
Oh, it's available on Mac.
it's pretty cool, but it's a deep learning curve. If you're going to seek in deep.
Yeah, it's also 75 ringgit. So it's a 5-year-old game that's 75 ringgit. Ooh, questionable.
A lot of expansion packs, because it's paradox.
This is no expansion packs though. 75 is just base game.
Yeah, I mean DLCs. And the
Yeah, I
DLCs
know.
add a lot of other extra content that
DLCs are 85 ringgit. Okay, I guess that makes sense. I would buy the 85 version because it comes with Women in History and Horsemen of the Crescent Unit.
Okay,
Interesting.
and the last on the list, this one is a bit late edition, because I just realized that SOCOM 4 actually has a lot of Malaysia setting in
Is
it.
SOCOM actually Suhakam?
Oh my god.
Problem is, I never played SOCOM 4, but
Let's watch a video now.
from what I've gathered from a lot of the stuff on the internet, yeah, the place that you are basically fighting around Malaysia or Indonesia, but there are places where is basically in Malaysia. The Straits of Malacca was mentioned, and there are enemies speaking bahasa. Very badly, of course, but I think it's a bit better, because at this time, we as a country has gotten better doing voice acting.
Well, I mean, look at it this way, right? Like, I am a Malaysian and I speak Malay pretty badly, so I'd say it's authentic.
Oh, they have a fake LCC.
I think there's an there are plenty of taxis, and the taxis are Protons. I'm not sure, but
Oh, you know what'd be a cool idea for a mecha game, right? It's kind of like XCOM, where it's like a global division, and you get sent to countries to do like combat and stuff, but you cannot damage the city too much. Like you have to fight monsters, and so like you lose a shit ton of points if the local landmarks get destroyed. So like kalau you battle in KL, you cannot let the kaiju like touch the twin towers, or you will hemorrhage points. Like, you know, SWAT 4 has the whole police conduct thing where you have to like, kalau you don't behave like properly like a policeman, then you lose points, and if you lose too many points, you can't pass the mission. Same thing here. So if KL5 gets destroyed, then you fail.
Yeah, something like sleeping dogs, right? Because in some missions, oh, you have these cop points where if you are not behaving like a good cop, good undercover cop, oh, we'll deduct points.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
So aside from that, we have several small obscure references. Final Fantasy 15 Roti Canai. I can't imagine anyone who's into video games who doesn't know about this, because goddamn did no one shut up about it.
Oh my god.
It's cool though. I love seeing Roti Canai like in the game. It looks amazing. I wish my mama store would serve Roti Canai that looks that good. I'm just saying, GST made them quite a bit of money. At least they could do is upgrade Roti Canai a bit.
You know,
Uh,
I've I hope that One Hazmi's legacy is not just being the man that put in Roti Canai in the Final Fantasy game. I really hope that's not his legacy. I hope he's doing good things in the future that people will recognize even more after this.
like
Support
putting Roti
Metronomic.
Canai into Kingdom Hearts.
Oh man.
The next thing,
Upin Ipin in Kingdom Hearts.
Upin Ipin in Kingdom Hearts!
Oh,
You
yo.
open a whole can of
yeah.
worms. Betul. Well,
And then we have Malaysian signboard and Sleeping Dogs. Please say it's an Upin and Ipin signboard. Like, just keep this train going.
well, this is one obscure reference because I remember playing Sleeping Dogs, and again, this is I think it's a slight error on behalf of the developer team, but somehow I find it funny because this game is in Hong Kong, so there's bilingual there, so some people speak Cantonese and English is also spoken there. But the thing is, I think I saw one of the signboards, like like no entry, right? The word no entry signboards. So I think what they were going for was to find a signboard like that which have English and also Cantonese, or rather just like Chinese symbols. But then what I saw was no entry, dilarang masuk, and also a Mandarin version of it and a Tamil version of it. So that's always
Someone Google imaged it and
you
put it in.
I cannot say for sure that it's not a Malaysian sign, but it's a Malaysian sign. It's a weird. I need to find the image because it's a very peculiar one. And I don't think it's spread around because not many people realize this, but I keep on holding on that thought for instances of something like this would happen in the future. So I've already prepared for a Merdeka edition conversation.
The next two items are both in Warframe. First off, Warframe acknowledges Hak Melayu because there's a crest.
With the crest.
Yeah, there's a crest in Warframe. It is a
And-
poison dagger.
Yeah, that's
Pretty
the first
much.
reference I think.
I've got
Is it
to
poison?
mention, like fucking like while we're mentioning this stuff, Diablo has a crest as well. The Witch Doctor class can use a crest.
Ah, that's cool.
The Bobo class.
Exactly.
Yeah, my friend and I literally called because the first attack you get as the Witch Doctor is like a blow up. We call it Sumpit.
I told you guys this is a very Malaysian episode.
I pity like our one overseas fan.
No,
Like
this is
not getting...
this is your crash course into Malaysian culture, the good and the bad.
Also, Divinity Original Sin uses the term sarong for all the skirt armor you can get. They're
Oh
called
yeah.
sarong.
Ah yeah, I noticed that as well.
And also in Plains of Eidolon, Konzu occasionally uses Malaysianisms.
Such as
You'll be like, Ayo! And
okay, I
I
didn't
think he
notice.
uses la a few times. They were like, we need to make him as non-white as possible. So he uses like a bunch of like just non-white speak.
What's the guy's name again?
Konzu. He's
Is
in
he the weapon guy?
No, he's the quest giver in.
Oh, quest giver, yeah.
Oh, that Gonzu.
But I think a few NPCs also talk like that. But I talk to Konzu the most because I need my bounties.
Also, on that
Uh,
point, do Warframes have Tengkolok as an accessory yet? Because I really want to roleplay as a Malay warrior
Listen,
now.
Listen, we just need because all the warframes are named after like heroes and stuff, right? So we just need a Hang Jebat warframe. Screw Hang Tua, he's overrated. Yeah,
I only have a Wukong.
Just call it
No,
cepat
no.
lah. Hang cepat.
Yeah, cepat.
now wait, no,
Badang.
Hang Lekyu. Jebat is also overrated. We need Lekyu.
Hang
Overrated.
Lekyu. Hang Lekyu. Better than giving them Hang Jebat and then people keep pronouncing it like Hang Jebat. Hang Jebat.
Oh no, his name is just Hang, and then his 4 skills are all the different ones.
Oh, you can switch to the
Wow.
5 hangs.
His first skill is Lekyu, then after that is Jebat, and then after that is I can't remember what the third dude's name is because no one cares, and then his alt is Tua.
The other is Kasturi.
Oh, Kasturi, yeah. Should have been more popular. But yeah, man, we need some Ketuanan Melayu in Warframe. So the next thing on this list is Unavowed. What's going on is Unavowed?
Unavowed is a very recently released point and click adventure game about the spirits and the mythical things, demons, jinns, because jinns are very popular right now. But there's there's like one reference in a certain book that mention about Pontianak, but it's a very side mention of something else. It's talking about I cannot pronounce it. Gui, the banana ghost.
Bajak gue.
It's something like it's a folklore of a female spirit that lives in banana trees that are popular in Malaysia, Thailand, and Singapore. So probably probably your mother might have spoken about this one time on something like that. Because I think I did remember my mom talking about something in this spirit about jangan main dekat pokok pisang, don't play around the banana tree or something like that.
I know
hantu kopek sorok.
That thing.
I know this has nothing to do with the banana ghost, but I want a game like an FPS or whatever to have an achievement where if you sit in a tree and snipe someone in the back of the head, you get an achievement called Pakulang Suya.
Oh, you know what? I just remembered one developer team. One Malaysian developer team. The guys that made Ezimus. Ezimus sees the front line, the FPS RTS hybrid. Yeah, we should propose that to them. Because their game is literally an FPS, but I'm not sure about the sniping on the tree yet. But sure. Okay. So last on the list?
Last on the list. I have been wanting to make this a team for a while. Like especially in Gen 1, there's a bunch of Malaysian Pokemon. Like
What? Excuse me?
Okay, I'm gonna mention them. The first one is Drowsy. He is a tapir.
Oh, yeah.
Then you have Vileplume, Rafflesia.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Vileplume are both Rafflesias. You have Victory Bell, who is a pitcher plant. And I think that's it. There's probably a few more in the Alola region because they're also tropical. But yeah, those are all really cool Pokemon. Glad that they all have like Malaysian roots. So that's like build. If you're listening and you play competitive Pokemon, send me a competitive build for those three, and I will make it. I will put it in my preferably in Omega Ruby that I can put them in. Yeah, I want competitive victory belt Valplume and Drowsy build. I know there has to be more. I'm probably missing more, but those are the most Malaysian ones I can think of.
Team Malaysia it is.
And also, I want to say something.
Yeah.
I want to go back to the racing games with Malaysia elements like Sepang. Yeah, one thing that I found is that in several events that have gone to, let's say we have Petronas as one of the exhibitor or something, they will have F1 simulator. Okay,
Of course.
and the thing is, they if you try the F1 simulator, most of the time they will give you the Mercedes car on Sepang, which is probably the worst combo you can give.
The generic combo, god damn it, I hate that.
You give them the fastest car with the hardest track with full force feedback. Holy shit,
that's so bad. Yeah, I feel you.
Holy
worst
shit, that's
combo.
probably the worst combo to give to a simulator newbie. What the hell?
But it leaves the most impression though. Also, since we are still talking about racing, you know what else we need to put in a racing game? Like all those like city racing things. In opposite, instead of doing KL, it's just the LDP. You just drive along the LDP, and then there's random accidents on the LDP. Like it changes every lap.
Isn't that Nilai Mangan basically?
Daniel. No. Tokyo Extreme Racer, but in KL.
Yeah.
But in KL with traffic jams and crashes. And traffic jams because of crashes, because people keep on want to see, what's happening over there? Oh, that's why we are jammed. Why slowing down? But the road over there is already clear. You still slowing down and you cause a longer traffic jam because Malaysia.
Also, random motorcycles that slid in front of you.
Oh, seriously, Genki needs to be on this call. They need to know about Tokyo. KL Extreme Racer. It totally can work because LDP is just one round loop, right? You can just loop around and find racers up there because it's totally fits Tokyo Extreme Racers formula.
Oh, and keep the toll.
Exactly.
You can't go too fast or the smart tag thing won't open. So
I mean, even Euro Truck Simulator have you paid toll, so you have to if you want to do KL justice.
Can you imagine, like, you don't have enough money, so you have to go to the Tambah Nilai lane?
Dude.
And you're that one asshole who was like in the wrong lane, so you have to reverse out and then go back.
Everybody keeps horning while they slowly give up a reverse as well.
Too good.
Malaysia Truck Simulator is also something I look forward to in the near future.
Drive as fast as possible.
Yeah, drive as fast as possible.
Just one route. That's the best thing. You have just one route. Just the plus highway is enough. Just go on the plus highway. Of course, you can do the back roads as well. But just the plus highway is enough.
Maybe the road to Kelantan in Gua Musang something. Or
oh my god, that's an adventure over there.
Also,
the Karak Highway at night. Meet some ghosts.
And then the Easter egg is that mysterious elusive yellow beetle coming in. No, it's an Easter egg. It's not. It's maybe a glitch.
It's a Menorah tunnel.
Also, Genting track in Initial D. I'd love that as well.
Genting drift track, sure.
Genting drift.
The death trap.
So also for the Malaysia Truck Simulator, you have to carry strawberries from Cameron Highlands down to KL.
In 3 hours or less.
Yeah, in 3 hours or less before they go bad. Yeah.
So that's basically KL
for Assetto Corsa.
That's basically KL Truck Simulator plus Initial D. You can drift as well.
Also, if they make the game because of us, I want them to put me in the game as a black Ford Fiesta that you can crash into and just ruin his entire day by doing that. Fuck you, truck driver.
That's so bad.
Yeah.
And from that point, you know that our list has dried up.
It's okay. It was a good list. It was a good list.
It's enough to carry a whole podcast, which I did not expect. But yeah, we are
It's
reaching
like,
the
well, like,
130 mark.
not really though,
Not
because we
really.
started about 10:18. We started 10:18, so we're like 1:15 at best.
Yeah, of course, because this part is also include some of the behind closed doors banter. So
I really hope you pick my part for the cold open.
we will see. We will see.
We'll see.
And as much as things go, this is by far the ultimate gamer matters list of Malaysian references in video games of all time for the time being 50% correct. Hopefully. List.
Maybe.
That's a long list. But yeah, probably we'll turn this into something written. Yeah, we can turn this into something written for the website on gamermatters.com. So just in time for Merdeka celebrations. And with that, let's just finalize our thumbnail projects. Thumbnail things.
Kako Demon on a cup chai that says Ular Boys. Have Nasi Lemak like riding pillion behind him.
I'm putting the Malaysian team Pokemon.
And racing in some W plantation somewhere.
The Sign W logo and a plum tree.
And make sure to have a billboard that says Daulat Johor or something.
Time extender. Oh my god.
Yeah, man.
And it literally time extended.
Yeah, so we shield Johor too much. That's what happened.
Johor saved our podcast, thank God. And this is the end of our one-off of the Merdeka edition. So thank you for tuning in to dia.log, the Matters podcast. And regular programming will continue the next 2 weeks, just before, because
which is a shame because we've had like a huge news week.
This is Gamescom week, you know. And apparently
F1.
And F1 is back, and F1 the game is out, and we've played a lot of games that we need to talk about. But holy hell, that the next 2 weeks will be a long one. But we'll keep those things for later. And for now, let's just enjoy the celebrations, the fireworks, and the glorious stripes. Jalur Gemilang is translated to that, yeah? Yeah. Stripes of glory, because glorious stripes. Stripes of glory sounds better.
Stripes of glory, yeah.
Stripes of glory.
So enjoy, be proud of our country before we get marched off to Japan to fight a war. And then California 3 years later.
Take me home. Oh yeah, shield. We can end on that note because we have a shield.
So yes, thank you guys for coming to me at AMG, especially that one dude who was like, I listened to the Gamer Matters podcast. Like, thank you, random citizen.
We peaked.
We peaked.
Don't say that. This is only peak 1. This is peak 1, not peak 2 and peak 3. We have at least 2 more tricks. That's an SSN reference.
Yeah, man. Oh, Broga Hill reference, because that also has 3 peaks.
Okay.
So you can follow me on Twitter at Wameril. Follow me on Patreon at Wameril. I may have some cool projects coming up. Who knows? But yeah, all in all, thank you for giving me your money at AMG, I guess.
Okay.
Daniel.
Okay, follow me on Twitter at FlakyFL4KY. And good luck to the new team, Racing Point Force India. They seems like a good team, good drivers and all. And Daulat Johor. Daulat Johor.
I thought this was about Malaysia episode.
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook, Zulhanan Heidi. I don't use Twitter because it's too much distraction. I refuse to use Twitter. That's all.
Annan being Annan. And you can find your lovely host Amirul Mekronos Ashraf, Mekronos Meckronos, mostly on Twitter, but everywhere else is also the same name. And this has been the dia.log, the Game Matters podcast. And
Happy Merdeka.
Happy Merdeka.
Selamat Hari Merdeka.
Da 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 da.